And welcome. Good morning and welcome to NYSE TV Live. I'm Trinity Chavez. Today is Thursday, February 1st, and we are coming to you live from the epicenter of global financial markets, the New York Stock Exchange on the corner of Wall and Broad Streets in Lower Manhattan. And today we are celebrating one of the most highly anticipated IPOs of the year, Amer Sports, the company behind some of today's most popular sports brands. And to honor the occasion, we have Amer Sports branding all over this iconic building, including the cubes right behind me, above the trading floor. We even have their banner streamed across the facade of the New York Stock Exchange. And today is all about Amer Sports. We will ring the opening bell and open up the U.S. equity markets with them. Now, while the company is a new listing here at the NYSE, it's been an institution in the sports world for decades. But it wasn't always that way. In fact, the company took a very unusual route into sports. Its origins date all the way back to the 1950s, when Amer was launched as a tobacco company in Finland. And by the mid-1960s, the company expanded its operations into shipping. Then in 1970, Amer created a publishing and printing division after it acquired a Finnish printing and publishing company. Amer then moved into sports in 1974 when it acquired Finnish hockey equipment manufacturer Koho. But the company's focus really began to shift into sporting goods in the 1980s with additions like tennis racket maker Wilson in 1989 and ski brand Atomic in 1994. Amer's new identity was clear, and we'll get into all of that and more in just a few moments. Meantime, I am going to turn it over to Lynn Martin, the president of the New York Stock Exchange, for more of our live coverage from the boardroom.
Does that banner look? Yeah. Woo! Morning, everyone. My name is Lynn Martin. I'm president of the New York Stock Exchange, and I'm officially calling today All-Star Thursday, welcoming you all to the New York Stock Exchange. When you're a sports fan, you don't just notice the athlete. You notice the uniform. And that is why we are so excited to welcome Amer Sports to our community. When I look at your brands, and when I look at the folks you outfit some of the greats in sports. You are truly elevating the world through sports. You are 100% emblematic of your mission statement. You've got some of the greats. You've got Roger Federer, Mikaela Shiffrin. You've got the most amazing brands, and the way we like to think of the financial markets, you're an all-weather company, a brand for all seasons. Not just one who focuses on one specific area. If I look at the fall, I think of brands such as Wilson, and you can't think of football and not think of Wilson. The winter, you've got Solomon, Arc'teryx, and of course the NBA. So Wilson there again. Spring's gonna be around the corner soon, and if you're a suffering Mets fan like me, you're pretty sure the season might end, in April. But Louisville Slugger, and then of course the summer with your rackets and the Wilson brands. So it is an honor to welcome you to our community. But importantly today, you are joining yet another community of all-stars. You are joining the greatest community in the world. 2,400 listed companies, the largest stock exchange, the most prestigious companies, the largest companies who think every day about how to not just service the brands of today, but also focus on the customers of the future. So it is my honor to welcome you to our community. We couldn't be more proud to have you here. We're gonna have some fun today. So with that, I'm gonna call up your CEO, James, who I managed to lose you in the crowd. Come on up, James. Let's get this party started.
Thank you. Thank you, Ring. Thank you for giving us such great complimentary words. We are so excited to be here. Good morning, everybody. It's my pleasure to greet you today from the center of the U.S. capital markets here at the New York Stock Exchange. As we just saw the video, the New York Stock Exchange partners with the companies that change the world. And today, Amer Sports, we are proud to become one of them. This day marks a big milestone for Amer Sports. I want to extend my deep thanks and congratulations to all of you. Your dedication and hard work as a team show that we are truly better together. Together, we have an exciting future ahead. So let's continue our journey by staying true to who we are, working as one team, aiming for excellence, and playing the long game. This is how we will keep reaching winning moments with our iconic brands, trusted products, innovation mindset, global platform, and a sustainability culture that will enable us to think bigger, go further, and be better. So, as we continue to live our purpose of elevating the world through sports, today, we get one step closer to our vision of becoming a global leader in premium sports and outdoor brands. So I'm very delighted to express my sincere thanks to New York Stock Exchange. And as a token of our gratitude, I'd like to take these opportunities to offer this great gift to you. Lynn, okay.
Thank you.
Hope you like it.
This is so cool. So cool.
So let's offer a great start from now. Amer Sports! Thank you very much.
Don't go anywhere, James. First, this is going to be proudly displayed in our lobby from today on. So thank you so much. All right. We got a couple things to do. We were founded 231 years ago on the corner of Wall and Broad, which is where you entered security today. And you don't turn 231 years old without having one or two traditions. So first, every morning we present a medallion to our bell ringer. James, it's my honor to present you with one.
Thank you very much.
And then, where is Chairman Ding? Where is Chairman Ding?
Chairman Ding.
We have one for you as well. On the front of the medallion are our iconic 6 pillars. They stand for a variety of things, but most importantly, they stand for access to free markets around the globe. And on the back is the buttonwood tree. We were founded under a buttonwood tree 231 years ago. It reminds us of our roots, but it also reminds us of our commitment to sustainability. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and then one of our traditions is no one goes away empty-handed. Those of you in the room will receive a slightly smaller medallion. Think of it as a reminder of your time with us today on this incredibly exciting day when you join the public markets, but also think of it as your good luck charm. Now, we like bells at NYSE, so a few minutes we're going to go downstairs, use the bell to open the U.S. equity markets, and then a couple of hours later, you are going to strike another bell to open your stock. You are going to use this mallet to do so. It's my honor to present you with this, James, as well.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, and then last but certainly not least.
Okay, many presents.
Yes! It is my honor to present you both with your original listing certificate. Going public on the New York Stock Exchange is an incredible milestone.
Okay.
And it is our honor to present you with this certificate.
Thank you very much.
Okay, with that, I'm going to turn it back to our web hosts for those of you joining us remotely. And then I will go into what we're going to do next.
And again, that was Lynn Martin, the president of the New York Stock Exchange, along with James Zhang. He is the CEO of Amer Sports. He said today, he was really thankful toward his team, saying that we are better together, and today marks a big milestone. But again, this is just the beginning to continue their journey by staying true to who they are. So really heartfelt, really excited for this special day. And I love when he said, think bigger. This milestone today will help them think bigger, be better, and go further as a team. So for more on today's big IPO, I'm going to bring in JD Durkin. He is the host of The Street, and he's joining me now. Good morning, JD.
Good morning. What an exciting day.
I mean, it is a very exciting day. I can't think of anyone better to discuss today's festivities than with you.
Guess you're out of other options, so you're stuck with me. No, thank you for having, but this is awesome, right? This is the sort of stuff that those of us who are reporters on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, we love days like this. We talk about when is this kind of IPO revival going to be fully back in full force. Maybe we're not quite there yet, but this is a big step towards that.
Well, and I want to get into more of that. Our viewers, they may not be familiar with Amer Sports, but I mean, they own some hugely recognizable names. I mean, we heard Lynn in the boardroom talking about Wilson, Solomon, Louisville Slugger. How big of a deal is today, especially for the IPO market?
I mean, I think it's huge. Listen, we got the Super Bowl coming up in a few weeks. All football fans know the Duke, the iconic NFL football.
Yes.
That's a Wilson brand.
Yes.
Big U.S. Open fans here at the New York Stock Exchange.
Yes.
Of course, we love Wilson. I grew up playing baseball. There's a bit of nostalgia here. We
Oh,
love
look at
Louisville
that.
Slugger as well. And think of everyone who's big into skiing, snowboarding, hiking. Great brands like Arc'teryx as well.
Tennis rackets. Look, I got on some of the
There you
merch
go.
going on right
Actually,
here.
I've got a lot of merch down here on the floor, but I think that's really the draw, obviously.
Yeah.
This isn't just like, oh, sports. These companies are just having a moment right now that Amer Sports is trying to capitalize on. These are legacy brands. The brands themselves, very much household names, and I think that will really speak, and we'll get a good sense about how investors view these sorts of companies as investable for the long run.
Well, speaking of investors, let's talk about that for a second. So this is the biggest IPO of the year. So what should investors anticipate? What should they look out for? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think investors will want to have a bit of a patient time horizon. You know, all this ink gets spilled in the day after an IPO, Trinity, as you know, oh, is it considered a good IPO or a not so good IPO? But from all of the kind of analysts that I've spoken to from my reporting over the course of the last few weeks, they say you can't necessarily gauge how it performs day of or even week of. Give these companies a 90-day time horizon, 6 months, 9 to 12 months. And I think investors are looking at some of the splashier, high-profile IPOs that we've all had the last few months. But listen, I think it's still a little bit of wait and see. There's a bit of bravery for these companies, I would argue, to dare to kind of dip their toes into the IPO pool, especially given back the pullback we've had the last few years. So I think investors will be patient. They'll look to see kind of how this performs in the long run. And that has been the story for a lot of the other high-profile names that you and I have covered, like Birkenstock just a few months ago.
You know, we have a lot of action here on the trading floor. In fact, we're getting images right now of Lynn Martin going down the elevators. You know, at one point we had the quickest elevators in New York City. Fun fact.
That's like a fun fact in the New York Stock Exchange.
I mean, obviously it's not the case anymore, but
that's an awesome shot, though, by the way. I think for viewers, like people who've never seen the inside of this amazing financial institution, to see kind of a little bit how the bells and whistles come together. I love that.
Absolutely, and they're making their way down to the trading floor right now. We're going to get images of them signing the Distinguished Guest Book, which, I mean, as you said, we've had so many different entrepreneurs, thought leaders, celebrities who have walked through those doors signing their name in that Distinguished Guest Book. But let's get back to this IPO. Do the behaviors change when it comes to when the stock opens for a traditional IPO amongst the traders? Or what have you noticed through your reporting?
Absolutely. Well, you know, we really follow to see when that first trade is, right? It's no easy task there for the market makers and all the big players involved. You're trying to find that sweet spot between the buy side and the sell side.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get that first trade, it gets executed pretty early on in the day, maybe 10 or 11 a.m. hours. Sometimes it takes a little while. So it's a little bit of a wait and see game. Obviously, for this case and for a lot of IPOs, you get the first initial batch of reporting saying, okay, we'll price shares in this range. Maybe they end up adjusting it. I know that's the case for the folks at Amer Sports today. So it's a really exciting day, and we'll closely be following to see what does that final indication range look like. I think right now they're looking at 105 million shares at $13 a share or so. So we'll see what that indication range looks like. And of course, we will all be down here on the floor when they finally ring that bell. We finally get that first trade. And it's going to be a really historic moment for the company involved.
No, I mean, because you could ring the opening bell. I mean, that's hugely significant in itself. But ringing that first trade bell, it only happens one time. And again, we're going to see this play out throughout the day, which, you know, we will be on top of. Right now, Lynn Martin and the executive team, they're making their way over to the Distinguished Guest Book, as I talked about. But, you know, let's wrap up this last question. So when it comes to companies listing on the NYSE, when it comes to their IPO, specifically Amer Sports, what do you think this IPO will say about the sports sector and in this industry? What do you think investors should look out for from this vantage point?
Well, I think from the sports angle, how many other sports companies we're not even talking about yet that might be watching Amer Sports and saying, how successful is this? How does this end up playing up? Hey, we've got some legacy brands in our portfolio as part of our holdings. Maybe we take advantage of that.
Yeah.
The other part of this that's really interesting to me, this is a company based out of Helsinki, Finland. We had Birkenstock a few months ago. It's a company that calls Germany home. We followed the ARM IPO, which calls the UK home back in September. More and more we're seeing foreign operating companies saying, hey, we have our options in Europe, but we really like the liquidity. We like the energy in the United States. That's a really important trend that a lot of IPO observers told me as part of my reporting last week. It's an important trend, I think, to keep our eyes on as we roll forward in 2024.
Well, now they're joining the long list of over 2,400 listed companies at the New York Stock Exchange. It speaks to our global reach as we have as this financial institution, you know, the iconic backbone behind the global epicenter of finance.
Who doesn't want to come to the New York Stock Exchange, right? But you know that too, right? Everyone we know says, oh, wow, you work there. Oh, wow, you have insight to the trading floor. Yeah. What an amazing day, I think, for this company and everyone involved.
Well, thank you so much, JD, for joining me. Now, in other news, Amer Sports portfolio features a number of star athletes, including NBA champion and Denver Nuggets guard Jamal Murray. They delivered this message as the company got set to go public. Let's take a listen.
What's up? This is Jamal Murray.
Hi, I'm Adam Campbell, Arc'teryx athlete.
I'm Kat Drew, and I'm a run athlete on the Arc'teryx team.
My name is Marta Kostuk, and I am a professional tennis player.
Hey, I'm Courtney, an ultra running athlete for Solomon.
Hi, my name is Adam Campbell. I'm an Arc'teryx athlete. I just want to congratulate the whole team on a super exciting time. Way to go, Amer Sport.
Way to go, team. I'm Kat Drew, and I'm a run athlete on the Arc'teryx team, and I just joined the footwear team as product testing specialist. Congratulations on this pivotal moment. I'm looking forward to the future of the company.
Huge congrats to Amer Sports and my Wilson family on being listed as publicly traded company. I'm looking forward to growing the game of basketball worldwide. I love being part of the Wilson family and the impact that we're making in communities.
I feel big privilege being part of Wilson advisory staff and creating sustainable and timeless pieces on and off the court, and very excited for the future ahead.
I've been lucky enough to use and collaborate on some of the Solomon running innovations that have helped me perform my very best over the past several years. So here's to creating more fun moments. Congratulations, everybody.
Together, we built something truly beautiful in the true iconic notion of what America is all about.
This is our task, this is our mission. We have a clear focus and we have the ability to be agile and innovate.
It takes years of dedication to get us to this milestone. It is all because of you.
Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. It is the only thing that ever has.
To be a woman leader, it's not so easy, but it's easy if the passion and the love is coming from your heart.
The New York Stock Exchange is the symbol of what America is all about. Potential of capitalism, the potential of an American dream.
The only way you can move a society forward is a true expression of freedom.
I am joined now with Chris Taylor. Chris, let's start by telling our viewers exactly what you do here at the Exchange.
Yeah, so I'm Vice President of the Exchange, Global Head of Advisory. The Exchange has an amazing depth of resources for our listed companies, expertise, and we bring that expertise to our listed companies on a variety of different topics.
And today is a hugely significant day, biggest IPO of the year. I mean, let's talk about the impacts of the broader markets and the significance in that.
Yeah, well, first off, we get very excited to welcome a great company like Amer Sports to the New York Stock Exchange. It's a company that's almost 75 years old. It's been in sports for like 50 years. Operates in over 100 countries around the world, $3.5 billion in revenue. If your kids play basketball, they probably play with a Wilson basketball. If you play tennis, if you run, if you ski, you're using a brand from Amer Sports. So we're really excited about the company, first of all. Raising close to $1.5 billion in today's market is a real success story. What it leads to the broader market? Time will tell. There are a lot of companies who are ready to come to access the public markets. We love celebrating the public markets. That's what we love best. Companies coming to the public markets, raising capital, letting other people invest in their company, in their growth, and their employees. So we're excited about today.
And let's talk more about the relationship with the NYSE when companies IPO with us.
Yeah, we always say today is day one of a long-term partnership. So we're ready to work with them in a variety of different ways and welcome them back to our building many times in the future.
Many times in the future, and we're here. I mean, look at this crowd. Can we just get a shot of this crowd right here? I mean, this is like hundreds of their colleagues, friends, teammates, everybody who is celebrating Amer Sports today. We're about 90 seconds out from opening up the U.S. equity markets. I mean, let's wrap this interview up, Chris, just about talking about what you're most looking forward to this year as, you know, we're celebrating the biggest IPO of the year so far.
More events like we are having today. That's what we're all looking forward to. I think companies are looking forward to that. There's a really long list of companies who want to access capital in the public market. So we're hoping today is a new day and a lot of companies follow.
I know that you are a very busy man, so I will let you go, but thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Trinity, as always. Thanks, everyone.
We're about 20 seconds out now from opening up the U.S. equity markets. The executive team is on the Bell podium. Everybody is getting all situated. Around 100 million people from around the world could be tuning in, and who's ringing that opening bell? And you know what? We're about 5 seconds out, so we're going to leave it here and listen into the bell opening. Okay, it is official. The markets are open, but I want to get a closer look at kind of the display that we have here on the floor of the NYSE. You know, we were talking about the ski equipment, all the merchandise that Amer Sports is behind these brands, and actually right here we just interviewed Chris Taylor in front of the Wilson mannequins. I have to say, I mean, I do love these outfits. But anyway, it only seems fitting that the markets are open. Let's talk to one of the traders here on the floor, if they're not too busy, because again, the market's just open, so they're putting in those trades. Oh, there is Peter Tuchman.
Hey,
hello, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Great day here on the NYSE.
You know, I know that you're busy, but let's talk about this IPO today. I mean, tell me about the buzz that happens on the floor amongst the traders when we have an IPO like this.
Look, this is the preeminent place for companies to go public in the world. Yes, there's NASDAQ, but they don't do what we do. This is what we do best. The excitement, the energy, the adrenaline. This is the end of a long road show by these companies doing everything in their power to get here. This is sort of the field, this is the goal line, if you may say so, where they've tried to go for years and years and years to go public. There's nothing like this. The energy around here, everybody's wearing the drip. Look at this. This guy is the only guy on the floor looks a little better than I do today.
I know, and I see that you got the shoes on, where we both do, actually.
We're going long distance running, you and me. Let's go.
Well, you're going to need the sneakers when you're doing laps around the trading floor.
Absolutely. Well, look, I walk about 9 miles a day trading this on this floor. So you need these Solomons, baby. Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's talk about the IPO. Okay. Does it change anything that you do differently from where you sit when we have an IPO like this, or any of your colleagues on the floor?
Look, so the IPO market gives you a basic sense of where the economy is going at a time. Right now, we've had a number of them over the last couple of months. So the energy and the excitement about it, people are willing to put new money to work around, especially around apparel companies. This one's been around for a long time. This is the end of a long journey that they've had to come to the stock exchange. Look, our days are completely different when we do have an IPO. We're in close contact with our customers, trying to get them interested. Customers become shareholders. That's the story that we're trying to get here. People who wear the product, who have been around for a long time, now we want them to start buying the stock and become shareholders to participate in the company.
You know, I want to explain to our viewers what they're seeing right now on the screen is, you know, the executive team making their way down the staircase right behind the Bell podium where they're etching their name on a graffiti-like manner, you know, on this iconic building. But, you know, I want to get back to the IPO market. But in other news on Wall Street, investors are really reacting to Jerome Powell's latest comments, especially when it comes to inflation, interest rates. What are some of the comments that he said that are really moving markets?
So two things happened yesterday. Obviously, we had earnings and a number of the high-tech names. There was no way for them to live up to the hype and the rally we've seen over the last month or two in the tech sector. Yesterday, Jay Powell came on. In the last visit he had with us, he did toss the possibility of an interest rate cut coming in March or in Q3 of this year. It's 2024 already. But yesterday, he took it off the table completely, and the market's initial reaction was a negative one, but we are bouncing back today. It was a short-term reaction. People were hoping that we're going to start getting cuts in March. He kind of made it clear that wasn't going to happen, but look, we're looking forward to Q3 next year. This year, we'll get it done.
So, you know, we're also in the middle of earnings season, and the jobs report numbers are coming out on Friday. How are investors weighing the two? What should they look out for? What are you seeing?
I think all eyes are on earnings reports in tech, right? We've seen the Fabulous Seven have rallies that were double digits over the last a quarter that were spectacular. Yesterday's earnings, they were a little bit disappointing. Earnings are a thing. It's about expectations versus actually what they're showing us. Yesterday, there was no way for the market that has had double-digit gains in tech to live up to that. But look, things are going to be okay. Everyone should just calm down. The day after Jay Powell speaks is what we call the follow-through. And today seems like more of a positive follow-through. There's no further follow-through on the downside from yesterday's sell-off.
I just got caught on your iPad because the magnet there. But anyway, so I know that you're busy. I'll let you go. Thank you for joining me.
Absolutely a pleasure. IPOs, NYSE to the moon.
All right, I'll see you later. Okay, we have a lot more to get to, but right now we're going to take a look at the price discovery process, and we'll be right back. Apologies for the little momentary glitch. We'll be right back to that video. But right now I'm standing in front of the trade bell, and you know, I'll walk you through the price discovery process in person myself with some of my colleagues here on the trading floor. Sorry, it's a very busy floor right here. Hi, good to see you. Why don't we tell everybody exactly what your role is here on the trading floor?
Sure. I'm head of corporate relations for the GTS DMM unit. Here at GTS, we represent 850 operating companies with a market cap of about $15 trillion. Today, we're representing Amer Sports for their IPO listing. This is a tremendous day for Amer Sports, tremendous day for the NYSE and for GTS as a whole. We're really excited to be in partnership with them and look forward to a tremendous day here at the NYSE.
Now, it's after 9:30. We know that Amer Sports will be trading later this afternoon, but take us through exactly what's happening here. What can we expect as we get ready to start trading their stock?
Sure. So we'll be working closely with the NYSE floor community, handling various orders that are coming from institutional and retail sides. Build the book with Goldman Sachs, who's the lead, and just interacting with the overall order flow that comes through our systems here at the NYSE, finding that right price to create as much liquidity on the opening print and to create that ease of entry and create that investor confidence, which is so important on day one.
I'm going to walk over here so we can, get everybody in the mix. So, let's talk about what actually needs to happen right before. I think the executive team's making their way over here. Anyway, what exactly has to happen before you and your team officially start trading AS?
Well, right now we're in the process of building the book, right? So we got to make sure all the investors know exactly what's going on. So I'm getting the majority of the retail order flow. We're going to combine that with the institutional side of things once Goldman starts bringing their order flow down to the floor. So that's what we're doing right now. We're building the book. We want to get the best price at that right time. We want to make sure the volume is right as well. So we're trying to get anywhere between 8 to 10% of the issuance that's out there. So maybe we're looking for a print close to around 10 million shares or so, but it's going to take time to get that. So we need to do that.
Can you elaborate on the variables that play into factor when it comes to stocks trading either earlier or later in the day?
Sure. Again, it's all part of building that book. So investors, we have to make sure they're comfortable with the price. So it's really up to them. So we have to wait to make sure they know exactly what's going on. So it's really not even about me or anybody else like that. It's about what investors want to do. So it's really supply and demand at that time.
What can we anticipate today? What are you expecting once AS starts trading?
Sure, it's going to take some time, right? So, we're waiting for the company to come over here. I want to show them what's going on within the book as well. So right now, like I said, we're building that book, right? We're starting to get some flow. It's early. It's going to take some time. So we want to make sure we get the price right. Everything goes off without a hitch and everybody's happy.
Well, thank you so much. We have a lot to look out for. Now, I will let you go because I know that you have a busy day ahead of you. Okay, see you. All right, now as the team is making their way over here to the first trade bell, I mean, the crowd is still gathering around the CNBC set, so it's going to be very, very active here on the trading floor. Again, this is an active trading floor. Around 200 traders are putting in their orders as the markets just opened up. So it's 9:38 right now. This is our Courtney, actually, my colleague. She is part of the in-house photography team here, just capturing every moment of today's huge milestone celebration. But again, like I said earlier, this is just the beginning. And we're going to see the executive team gather around the opening bell as, they work with the DMMs throughout that price discovery process that we will be talking about in a little bit. Let me just move out of the way here. So we are about 30 seconds out. And again, the team here is just gathering around the first trade bell, getting to know their DMMs. Now, this is what sets the New York Stock Exchange apart from any other exchange in the world, other than the fact that it has more market cap, around $40 trillion here in total market cap, with combined liquidity with our listed companies, over 2,400 listed companies. But we have the designated market maker that stands with the stock, prices it out as we're seeing right now. But you know what? We're going to take a quick break, and then we will be right back.
It was just a surreal experience. I was blessed to be able to go to a place in college that was kind of a very big market and a very big just in the media all the time, so it kind of prepared me to be ready to take that next step at the NFL. But man, that first play, that first snap out there on the field, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, so for me, it was around 5th grade. I was a soccer player beforehand, but I got a chance to get the ball, and I made a few moves, made a couple people miss, and I realized I'm kind of good at this game, right? So I continued to go with it and really enjoyed it, and it ended up becoming a great career for me.
I mean, those are memories that you'll always remember, how you first got started. I remember when I first got started, I could barely put on a helmet the right way. So back in, I would say, 1st grade, I think when I was like 8 years old, maybe, is when I first picked up a football and fell in love with it.
When you think of investment risk, do you consider climate risk? Changing weather patterns are impacting the way we live and the value of businesses, large and small. This can mean disruption to supply chains, changing demand for products, and shifting regulation. What does this mean for your business, your clients, and your investments? ICE offers data and markets that can provide critical insight. Manage your climate risk with ICE.
I am joined now with CEO James Zhang and Andrew, who is the CFO for Amer Sports. Congratulations today on your IPO. How are you feeling right now?
Incredible. It's an incredible day for the organizations. We could not be happier. I'm definitely excited to be here on the New York Stock Exchange and really excited. Thank you.
Now, James, I heard your heartfelt speech in the boardroom. It obviously takes a hugely committed team to get to where you are today, but tell me about the significance specifically in this sector of today's IPO.
Yeah, we are so excited about this moment. I think it's really opened a new chapter of the company. We are leading sporting goods company focusing on really high technical performance premium sectors. We are so proud to be here. And I think it's a great moment for us to continue to move the company at the right way with the support from the public markets. So we are so excited.
Why did you think now was the right time for this IPO? James, I'll start with you.
Yeah, we made a tremendous successful journey in the past 4 years. Literally, we doubled the business versus the time 2019, and it's the perfect time. I mean, I think it's for us to start a new journey. So the company used to list in Helsinki markets. So 2019, after acquisition, we delisted the company, gone through the successful transformation, and today I think it's the perfect time for us to be relisted in New York Stock Exchange, which can give us some more energy and especially more free cash flow to support our future growth.
And you know, from where you sit, Andrew, you know, obviously you're the CEO. CFO, apologies. What new opportunities does it open up now that you have access to the public markets?
Well, I just think, honestly, you know, introducing the world to Amer Sports, the broad portfolio of brands that we have, freeing up our cash flow to allow us to invest more and delight our consumers with even more great products, more stores around the world, and deeper innovation.
And you know, you just recently joined the team about a year ago, right? Tell me about the initiatives that you were able to spearhead immediately.
When I joined the team, I knew these were great brands. They had a global footprint, very innovative, and they owned their own IP. And so my mission was to really bring this organization to the point where we can take it public and introduce the rest of the world to all of the great brands that we have, the global footprint that we have, the deep innovation that we have, and the passionate set of consumers that we have.
And you know, can you tell me more about the areas of focus that are priority for 2024?
The key focus area, we will continue to focus on our product innovation, which we think is our core competitive edge for Arc'teryx, Salomon, and Wilson crossboard. But we will also continue to leverage our direct-to-consumer channels through the open mall shop crossboard in the world. I mean, in North America, Europe, and Asia Pacific. So, I mean, we got a huge among the markets, we can explore the potential for these main three brands. And the last but not least, I think it's very important for us to come out at the right level of the engine to continue to promote our brand awareness, make more consumers understand us and experience our products and our service in the world.
Thank you so much to you both for joining me. Would you like to add anything on that note?
Thank you. We're excited to be here. Thank you.
We're so excited to have you. Congratulations. I'll let you continue the celebration.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, we have a lot more to get to, but before I wrap it up down here, I'm going to toss it to my colleague Josh, who is the head of corporate affairs at the NYSE, with the last word.
Well, thank you very much, Trinity. What a show you guys had today. Incredible to watch what happened both in the boardroom and on the floor. You know, if I were to find myself in a laboratory and create a holding company for a business I'd personally want to lead, I'd be hard-pressed to assemble a better collection of brands beneath the corporate halo than those that make up Amer Sports, which you just saw ringing our opening bell to celebrate its IPO. And I wouldn't mind one bit that the company is headquartered in Helsinki, Finland. Here I come. I mean, James Zheng, board executive director and CEO, I envy you, sir. I mean, think about it. Arc'teryx, Armada, Atomic, ATEC, DeMarini, Evo Shield, NV Composites, Louisville Slugger, Salomon, and Wilson. I mean, some of those names you know, some you don't, but they cover a vast swath of the recreational world in which we all live and play. I mean, take a quick trip around the athletic landscape in which those names are most prominent. We could begin on the slopes, of course. Atomic are the skis on which American Michaela Schifrin has long dominated the World Cup. Her fans can be found on the mountain wearing boots and shoes from Salomon, apparel from Arc'teryx and Peak Performance. On the diamond, Major League Baseball superstars like my Red Sox standouts Justin Turner and Adam Duvall are swinging Louisville Sluggers. Softball heroes hit for the cycle with bats inspired by the legendary Ray DeMarini. Players on every ball field are protected by the gel-to-shell technology of Evo Shield and hone their form with training machines from ATEC. And then finally on the bike trail, whether on the mountain, road, triathlon, or gravel, NV Composites from its home in Ogden, Utah, uses materials developed for jet aircraft to create the ultimate ride experience. And then there is Wilson, immortalized in the Tom Hanks movie Cast Away, a brand born in Chicago, bringing more than a century of innovation, history, and heritage to volleyball, of course, but also the official football of the NFL, soccer, racket sports, baseball, basketball, and golf. I took a look at the Amer Sports SEC Form S1. That's the document that drove the roadshow that led to this IPO today. More than 90 World Cup wins by Michaela Schifrin, 28 medals won by Solomon athletes at the 2022 Winter Olympics, 70,000 touchdowns scored with the Wilson football, 40 seasons and counting with the NBA, and 643 Grand Slam titles using Wilson rackets. Congratulations, Amer Sports. Sign me up. I'm Josh King, and that's the last word.
Together, we built something truly beautiful in the true iconic notion of what America is all about.
This is our task, this is our mission. We have a clear focus and we have the ability to be agile and innovate.
It takes years of dedication to get us to this milestone. It is all because of you.
Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. It is the only thing that ever has.
To be a woman leader, it's not so easy, but it's easy if the passion and the love is coming from your heart.
The New York Stock Exchange is the symbol of what America is all about. Potential of capitalism, the potential of an American dream.
The only way you can move a society forward is a true expression of freedom.